always tell it like it is, that's the bottom line. If you just living to exist, you on borrowed time. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. I'll always tell it like it is, that's the bottom line. If you just living to exist, you on borrowed time. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Yeah, that's the bottom. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the bottom line, that's the bottom. Bottom line, I changed my life for the better. Started out with nothing, got a nickel from a penny. Handout isn't in my vocab, I was always taught that if you want something, you gotta get it. So I'm on this, on the road to redemption. My soul is intact, thinking about all of the times I was lonely and broken. God damn it, I'll never go back. Dues paid, I earned these stripes. One with the fire that's burning inside. Ran with the ropes till they show me they teeth. My wrist and my arms took a marks when they bite. Underdog, drop out, recovering addicts, I'm hard at. They told me I wouldn't be shit until I reached within it, but trust in my process. This progress, for emotion. They left the key, but that door was open. Someone like me doing what I do now, from where I was at is a foreign ocean. No, no. And all I ever did was stay true to myself. There's no way you can ever fly if you don't learn how to fail. So I tell, I'll always tell it like it is, that's the bottom line. If you just living to exist, you on borrowed time. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. I'll always tell it like it is, that's the bottom line. If you just living to exist, you on borrowed time. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Yeah, that's the bottom. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the bottom line, that's the bottom.
I was afraid of what people would think of me if I took a left turn and kind of like did something different. The most freeing feeling is just not caring about what people think anymore and doing something that feeds your own soul. 1, 2, 3, let's get it then. So glad for me, from the front to the side and the back for me. I'm just following the plan God had for me, so I gotta be the man that I have to be. I'm a god amongst thieves, a king amongst kings. I got the world at my fingertips. No 9 to 5, I got a 24/7. When I say I'm grinding, I mean that shit. I've been kicked out, I've been spit on, I've been down for my whole life. Felt the lows, but now I'm at my highs. Picture in my prime and it's so nice, so long. And all I ever did was stay true to myself. And when my physical is gone, my soul will be here forever, so I tell you. And when those clouds appeared, I thought I'd lose my strength. I used to fight so hard just to try and break the day. And then that lightning came and woke me out my grave. My soul still remains, 'cause the bottom line don't fray. I'll always tell it like it is, that's the bottom line. If you just living to exist, you on borrowed time. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. I'll always tell it like it is, that's the bottom line. If you just living to exist, you on borrowed time. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. Don't ever let them take your soul, no, no, no. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Yeah, that's the bottom. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom.
Hello. Good morning. How you guys doing? Been a little bit. I don't know if that is on schedule or if I'm a couple days off. I told you guys at least one live stream a week until things get under a steady schedule. When was our last live stream? And I checked the date before I started this one. But now that we got it going, doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and switch over to the live screen. Get the chart up. Yeah, I had to do a restall on my PC. I think I had a virus. I'm almost positive, but I nipped it in the bud before it got too bad. I don't know what kind of virus it was. If it was malicious in terms of keyboard logging or anything like that. But there was definitely something going on, because what I noticed was when I was using my PC, I was moving my mouse cursor around, and it was it was lagging really, really bad. When I was playing some games, I was like, this is not the normal performance I usually get. So what would happen is I bring up the task manager, and like right as it opens, I can see that it's at like 99% on both the CPU and the GPU, and then it will drop down. And that's a clear sign, indication that I had a virus, just because the simple fact of a lot of them do try to hide that they're doing stuff by when you open up something that can detect it, aka performance issues, it turns it off real quick so you don't think anything's going wrong. So hopefully at most it was just using me to mine. I don't know where I got the virus from. I haven't done anything shady, but I completely reinstalled Windows, and that seems to have fixed it. All the problems are gone. Also, sleeping schedule is kind of a mess, just all over the place recently. So hence why there's not a normal schedule at the moment, and I'm on at 6 a.m. and I'm wide awake. But besides that, Bitcoin's been nice and steady. It has been volatile, but it hasn't been so bad that I need to constantly be watching it. I mean, during this period right here, yeah, it got a little bit shaky, but fortunately enough, it was just one dip to the downside, and then we've stayed above that level so far. Even came down today and retested. I thought I was going to get stopped out and have to re-enter, but we touched it, and then boom, right back up. Don't know if it's going to continue. We're going to take a look at some metrics today and just see what's going to go on. One or two things kind of crossed my mind while we were over here and counting out this, ABC, 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 and I caught this entry right here. We held on to that. Like I said, whatever position I am holding at the moment, I'm looking to hold a little bit longer term. Some people have asked me in the Discord whether or not I'm going to be taking profits and, the 0.441 or whatever with this ABC. No, right? I'm going to be holding on to it for the foreseeable future. Obviously at some point I'll decide when to cash out. I've been kind of debating with myself what I'm going to be doing. Right now, just going to be kind of looking at price action as it shapes up towards a future top to see, probably what's the best time to get out. But as of right now, looking towards the 70K, 75K region as a potential cash out point. We'll see as time goes on. But while we were up here, I did admit that there was the likelihood that this was just an A, this was just a B, and that it would come down and complete a lower low, forming a bigger C. So once we got that lower low, I did take my entry. We got back above shortly, looked like it was going to be a nice pump up, and then dive back down to the downside. I did not catch the position from right here. That was not something I was able to take advantage of. I watched it as it came down to there. I debated whether or not I was going to take it, but I decided to stick with my, traditional entry of, we came down in a downtrend, up in an uptrend. And so I have maintained my entry off of this line right here. So once I got stopped out and we came back above that line, I re-entered. And so far it's looking good. And I mean, we saw what happened last time off of the last ABC down here. And it was a rocky road, but look where it got us. So it might be kind of the same thing repeating, just a smaller ABC, because as we get closer to the top, the structures are going to get a lot less, what's the word I'm looking for? Lengthy? I don't know. This one took a good couple days / week to work itself out. This one's taken a lot less time. So hopefully by either tonight or tomorrow morning, we should be seeing a nice steady turn to the upside, or I don't know, maybe the all-time high, higher high, gigantic ABC is what's going to be going on. It's an exciting time. It's a very high pressure situation, especially for me, because it's breaking my philosophy down. We have the gigantic ABC, but I do have the feeling that it's not gonna be what's gonna happen. Hopefully not. But like I said, I got some contingencies just in case. If anything, if we do happen to come back below 52,940, I'll be transferring out of Inverse Perpetual and back into USDT. Just because that's where, on that breakout of that level, I put my money back into Inverse. So right now, just letting it grow, seeing what's happening. But as always, these ABCs are killer. Like I said, last time, it was a little bit of a rocky road, over and under and over and under. It looks like it was going to be like that this time, but so far so good. Like I said, just that one cross down below the downside, and we're still sitting pretty. While I'm at it, let me go ahead and pop out the chat real quick. I do have a chat on my other screen, but this one is a lot more clear to see. We'll do that. Like I said, 70 to 75 is what I'm looking for, so somewhere around this region. And if that does come to fruition, that is going to be a 44 restored ratio. ABC's helped me earn like 3K in October. Thanks, fam. That's what's up. I'm glad you got it. Could you also say that about 59,500 spot is the retest of the bull flag that confirmed? Yeah, you could say that if you want to look at this as a bull flag. Definitely a bull flag structure. But at the moment, if you want to, like, you know, add a pattern to this, it would definitely be an inverse head and shoulders looking to burst to the upside. Can you please show us how you set up your alerts for the ABC strategy? So it's a two-part system because obviously the strategy is a more reactant rather than, you know, having just a standard procedure. So once you have a downtrend formed and you have an uptrend that is versing that downtrend, your job is to now see and wait, right? I mean, there's no sure way to tell whether or not it's going to do it or not, but you need to go, okay, well, I got an A, I got a B, and I have to wait for the C. A lot of the problems that I see from people typically revolve around their inability to foreshadow, not that it will happen, but this is a possible place where it can happen, so be ready to take the actual entry. So once you have this and this, you can go, okay. And that's what we did on the last live stream. I go, okay, I have a position from down here, but if this does not work out, it's going to turn into this larger structure. So where would be my entry? All right, if we put in a lower low than our A and we come back above this point, that's where I would get in. So once we are down here, now you can either set up the alert before or after. You can set up before, just let you know if you're not watching price action, hey, you're getting down to that level that you said, okay, this was my contingency if we ever got down there, that it could form a larger structure. So that way you can be watching. Now, once it gets below and puts in a lower low, you are now in, I don't know, trigger formation, where you have the setup, right? Now it's just time to wait and pull the trigger when the time is right. So you set the alert, and once you get back above that line, you go ahead and take your entry. Now, I mean, you could have a conditional order, which is typically what I do, and an alert. That way, when your conditional gets triggered, you're there to kind of watch, just in case there's no quick wicks to the downside and you have to reset the conditional. Usually how it goes. But that's how I do it. Hello, I try to add you on Discord, but I can't. Just make sure that it is a capital K. So Kite with a capital K, hashtag 2136. That is my Discord handle. I don't know if it doesn't work without the capitals, but I have had varying success from people. Jamie, good morning. Africa, good morning. How you guys doing? Heard ETH was taking a little detour right here. See, this is the difficult part. We have ETH kind of charging up to the upside, coming off of this ABC right here. That one was a rocky road as well. And now we are sitting in what looks like a possible top formation with an entry from right here. Now, if it's anything like how it behaved back here, I'm assuming that it's kind of just non-stop charging to the upside. So I want to be too sure that this is going to be the top here. Definitely a good hedge position if you are in a long and just unconfident about moving to the upside. Right now it's just kind of a waiting game. And it's always a hard place to be. I remember back when BTC was kind of sitting right underneath the 20K line, trying to break that all-time high. And even though it was only a couple days, people definitely got antsy. Made some big mistakes. I mean, just look at the relative time. Back here, we spent a good half a month, a little bit more than half a month, waiting for that to move to the upside. And we're kind of almost there, but not quite. So I'll just make sure that you guys are keeping your thumbs underneath your butt. Whichever position you're standing with. If you're short, if you're long, doesn't matter. Just don't get in your own way. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. I actually got reached out to by one of the managers of, I don't know, some company. And they kind of manage a lot of different coins. And they were talking about how I've worked with them in the past. Kind of talking about Pussy Coin. I'm glad a lot of people got the chance to actually sell out, because I know a lot of people in the Discord, you know, I told them and I warned them as best as I could. I was like, there's going to be a time to pull the trigger on this. And I'm just going to say it. Like, the second I get some sort of signal, I will alert the Discord. Everybody will be out. And some people, unfortunately, did not get to sell off in time. So some of them held onto their bags completely. And they have, I don't know if they sold out already, but definitely had the chance to. What about the current high funding rate? Do you take this into account? In 3 days, I had to pay like 15% of my current margin of funding. Uh, I mean, I have a $6,300 margin, and I'm only paying like $10 a day. So I can't really complain. Definitely haven't paid close to 15%. How do you re-enter so fast during that bloody work? I missed that entry. You're sleeping. Well, I mean, short answer, don't sleep. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it wasn't really, I don't know what time this happened. This was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for me. So I was definitely awake at that time. So, I mean, that's how I caught it. What do you think about 88 Kite? Don't quite know. Haven't taken a look at it in the last couple days. Ooh, I see what you mean. Nah, that's actually really awesome. It's got a nice downtrend to an uptrend to a downtrend. I didn't take advantage of that, but see, that's the issue with this whole thing is, you know, if you do spot it afterwards, you really can't enter right here. Because obviously, one, you would have to either set your stop loss so large that you don't really get to take advantage of the risk to reward ratio that could be there. But, I mean, hey, if you're looking for a position, that wouldn't be a bad one. Not financial advice, obviously. But that is off of the last ABC. You can see we're using it as resistance now, so it could be a good, you know, quote-unquote breakout level. 88 looks like it's setting up for a run to the upside. Sure, a lot of coins do. ETC, it's got a nice downtrend to an uptrend. I have one more downtrend. You can see we came off of that heavy ABC downside. That held quite nicely. Even came back down to retest. It would have been stopped out, but you could have got back in. And from that entry to that last recent top was about 100%. Lordy, oh lordy. What about sushi? How's sushi been doing the past couple of days? Sushi kind of been going sideways. Kind of ugly, if you ask me. I mean, you had this very, very nice ABC top right here. Came back down. It looks like the 0.441 almost exactly. A little bit past it. So far, kind of just been sideways price action. I'm sure on a smaller time frame, they could chop this up quite nicely, but for me, it looks quite disgusting to play with at the moment. I don't see any good entries. I mean, you had this gigantic downtrend to an uptrend to a downtrend. I mean, really, that was your last good entry. Right here. Downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. I mean, you'd still be holding on to that for quite a while, but I'm sure the payoff from it is going to be quite nice. I mean, just back up to its recent high right there is 82%. If it goes any higher than that, definitely going to be crazy. I forgot I have the alert thing set up. Kind of scared me, not gonna lie. What about H-bar? I don't know, man. I really don't pay attention to a lot of altcoins. Like I said, if it's on Bybit, I'll take a look at it. Bybit doesn't have a lot of price action. Oh. H-bar. Finance. Yeah, there we go. I don't see any clear entries. H-bar doesn't look like it wants to react to ABCs, and I see one right here. Could have caught that low. Don't see any off of that. Yeah, I really can't comment on H-bar with it not really reacting to ABCs like everything else does. That's what I really like about well-established stuff. So that's been around a little bit longer. And see just a general change in market trends. Easier to read. Look at Shiba. I don't give a mess about Shiba, man. I know, Shiba go boom, Shiba go pump. I traded File for a little bit. I don't know if Filecoin was the one that burnt me. It's just a rocky day. It's not the coin's fault. Just RNG. Hey Kite, can you please go over how to get your restored ratio? Sure, why not? Alright, so a restored ratio is essentially what are you going to make versus what you're going to lose. Alright, so once you have identified a possible setup and you're waiting for it, and you get your entry, you go ahead, you set up where you're going to enter. So I want to enter if I get above this line. What is your stop going to be? Alright, so your stop is important because if I'm only targeting the 0.441, so right about here, if I have a large stop loss, I'm going to have a small restored ratio. But if I change this to a 0.5, all right, now it's a trade-off because if I have a smaller restored ratio, stop loss, I'll have a larger restored ratio, but I do have to deal with volatility a lot more until the price kind of solidifies and moves away. Either one stops me out and continues in that direction, or continues in the opposite direction, aka we're winning the trade. So once you're past that point, it's smooth sailing. But now you can see it went from a 1 to a 10 restored ratio trade. All right, meaning if I'm willing to lose 1% of my account, if you are using the restored calculator, right, it should translate into, if I am willing to lose 1%, I'll gain 10% if I take profits here. All right, so if you have 100K, now you have 110K. Now, me personally, like I said, I'm looking towards the upside a little bit further than that. This is kind of my long-term hold position for whatever next push we have to the upside. Now, wherever that top might land, hopefully I can kind of glimmer and see where I might be seeing a top possibly put in and take profits closer to that. But let's just say 73K, for example. All right, that's a 22% jump in price action, but because I'm amplifying through leverage and utilizing the fact that I have a smaller stop loss, that turns into a 43 restored ratio. So if I'm willing to risk 2% of my portfolio, which isn't a whole lot, definitely it's on the higher side, I'll walk away with close to 100% of my portfolio gained. You guys are throwing a lot of coins at me today that I'm not used to looking at. Luna, WRX. I mean, Theta I get. Yeah, Theta's, I've heard that thrown around a lot. I forgot the reason why I use 125 RSI and 2452 MACD. I think it's 26, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Oh, 2452. You're right. You know it better than I do. For me, it's a simple fact of the less volatility I have in my indicators, more easy I can read price action and kind of be affirmed in my belief of which direction it's going to go. Like I said, I don't tend to look at these a lot anymore, but from time to time, like I said, I'll take a look at the daily MACD just to kind of see where general momentum's heading. Right now, it's actually crossing to the downside, so we'll see where that takes us. We can see a lot of these lower end time frames are starting to bottom out, like 8 hour, 4 hour, starting to come down and kind of capitulate. But the 125 RSI, the reason why I use it is because it makes it look almost exactly like price action, except for where it counts. So, AKA, for example, right here. All right. We can see that we put a higher high on price action, but we put in actually an equal high or a lower high on the RSI. So for the most part, it looks the same, except for where it matters. So right here, for example, all right, you can see that we're putting in higher high, higher high, higher high, and we're putting in lower high, lower high, lower high, telling us of possible bearish divergence in the future. And as those start to stack up, they kind of amplify. You know, energy or momentum cannot be destroyed, only redistributed. So when we continue to pump, despite having bearish divergences, that energy has to go somewhere. So some of it goes into the pump, and then obviously it builds up, and whatever's left over comes down in a giant dump. I like to think of it like that. Obviously, that's not exactly how it works, but makes the market a lot more fun. Just thinking about it's based on physics. And currently at the moment, the way that I have this, my recent trade set up, I'm still using a 0.5% stop loss, but I'm not using 50x leverage. I decided to use 10x leverage with about 40% margin. Take a look at XTZ, please. All right. Well, it's underneath an entry point right now. You either have 2 entry points. You have this one right here, or you can go with this one right here. But you can see an ABC to the downside, entry point right here. And let's see if we can see anything larger time frame. Oh, and right here you can see a very clear downtrend. Breaks into an uptrend, puts in a higher high, downtrend. So you have another entry right here. Looks like it wants to kick. Now I'm sure if we look at the RSI, we might actually see lower high, higher high. We had bearish divergence off of these two, but not this one. That's a decent sign. What would be your non-financial advice as someone who still has 50% of their portfolio in USDT at this moment? I mean, it's up to you. It's not a bad thing to have some in USDT. Because, hey, I mean, that could be your hedge. What if we did put in a higher high, all-time high, and this is a gigantic ABC, and we're going to go to the downside? Now, I mean, obviously, I would assume that you do want a place to put back into the market, but I don't know what to really tell you. I mean, you could make it contingent on a couple different lines. You could say the all-time high. That's what I want in order to have my money back in inverse perpetual or just back in the market. Or you could do the second high right here, because once we're past that, that is technically the previous A. It's up to you. Like I said, me personally, mine is contingent on 52,857. You could make it based off of this line. Because if this support doesn't hold, we will probably certainly move a lot lower. Like I said, I'm not going to really say like a distinct number, but we definitely could. All right, say my name. Hussein? Hopefully I got that right. What do you mean 10x with 40% margin? I'll show you on my calculator. That's how I have it set up. I'm using 2% risk for this. Now, I think I'm only using half the account. Look at XRP. Was XRP moving sideways now? Oh, not really. Looks like it recently just came back down, retested this ABC. That could have been a very, very nice entry for anybody looking for that. That's a little bit too loud. I don't know how to turn that down though. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have it at the in the description of the video, but we'll add it next time. Good morning, Alvarez. How you doing? Am I in position? Yes, I am. I'm currently long off of this ABC right here. Kind of to be determined. Like I said, I'm shooting for probably the 75K range. So if we do happen to get up there, it should be around 44, 45, 50. If we hit 75K exactly, and that's where I take profit, it'll be just over 50, 51. Now, forgive me for a moment. I do have to step out and use the restroom, but I'll be right back. Did I head short at 63,750? 63,750. Oh, you're talking about off of this possible ABC? No, I did not. But I'll be right back. I am back. Okay, what do you think about the CCI indicator? If we set it to 125, just like the RSI, it gives some nice signals on divergences. Can I look it up? Is it just called CCI? I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I don't tend to use indicators anymore. I just find them hard to justify entries a lot of the times. Like I said, the most I would even go is just using the RSI. If you got a divergence, you probably got an ABC. All right, so I'll check it out. CCI, Commodity Channel Index. You said set it to the 125, just like the RSI. Yeah, I guess. It's, I can see some, that wasn't a divergence, but you can do a video on tracking whale wallets. As it was a one-time thing that I did. Like I said, I didn't go onto the books for most low cap altcoins. You can use DEX tools and just look for larger transactions. Click on their wallet, see if they're holding anything else. Do you have two accounts where you can take profit early and short-term target? Not at the moment. I just have the one account looking for swing trades. But you can't do that. So, I mean, I could have one account that has already taken profit. Because we have hit the 0.441 multiple times. Hit it once right here, and I think we hit it right here. They could have had two possible entries. We didn't hit it right there, but could have taken profit right there. It's all depending on how much you want to work for it. Kite, what's going on, man? No camera today. My room is a mess. Complete and utter mess. It's also 7 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, once we get back to a regular schedule, I'll have the room all cleaned up. I'll turn the camera on. Kind of just chill sesh at this moment. Don't know how I'm going to be on. Just give you a little update on the market, what I'm seeing, what I'm doing. Not much has really changed past couple of days. Looks like we might be having one more try to the upside here. I don't mean that quite literally. I don't mean just one more try. But it looks like we're trying to make a push. Your room is a mess from last 1 month. I don't know what it is, man. I clean it all up, and it's like within 2 days, it's all back. I don't know. It's just trash has legs. Doesn't want to leave. Which all private quit? Like I said, I don't keep track of wallets like that. It was a one-time thing for the altcoins. What are your targets, Kite? Like I said, this long I'm looking to hold for quite a while. I'm looking towards the 75k range, but if it doesn't look like we're going to stop anytime around that region, I don't really see a reason to get out. I might take profits and look for a new entry, but 75k, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Never seen someone with such a high R&R and low win rate. I don't know, just kind of the way I thought to do things. Because, like I said, the night that I kind of just sat down and thought about the state of my trading career, it was very apparent that I was losing a lot more than I was winning. So, I mean, the only way to supplement that is with higher R&Rs. So, you know, a really good example is, I mean, pack here. We kept losing trade after trade after trade. We hit some in between, which made up for some of the losses, but not nearly enough. I think I was down like $2.5 grand. Hit 1 or 2 trades, and then we were a net positive 5k. Made 7 grand back. 2k was covered. Now we got the other 5k in our pocket. And despite being, you know, prioritized towards shorts, we saw an opportunity for a long. We took it. We profited. And unfortunately didn't ride it up, but it is what it is. Made good profit. What is the brand of your e-cigarette? Hyde. I honestly think Hyde's are the only ones worth buying. What do you think of the Squid Game scam from earlier today? I didn't hear anything about that. Clue me in. What's going on? Your name is Matt Lee Kite. You also have the last name Kite. It'd be cool if you do. Might be related. At the moment, it's been primarily BTC just because I've been taking a more relaxed approach in the market. But I don't know. At some point, we'll switch off to maybe doing the whole keeping track of 4 coins thing. But at the moment, just kind of combine all the march into one trade. Have a look at the charts. What's in the charts? Is there a coin named Squid Game? Okay, I see what you mean now. I mean, is it surprising at this point? I really don't think so. Once again, it's a bank full of money. You can come in, take it freely. There is a ticking timer on your path to riches. Whether it be Shiba, Dogecoin, hell, even Bitcoin. I haven't really been partaking in Bit just because pretty sure you gotta be KYC in order to take advantage. But no, it's been doing well. Good percentages. Like I said, if it's anything like BNB, how it was with Binance, if the crypto market as a whole is doing well, if it's a popular site that facilitates transactions and it has a coin along with it that, you know, might reduce transaction fees or whatever it might be, of course it's going to do well. Is this a bear market? I don't know what to tell you, buddy. No. This is a couple days of downside price action. What is my current actual win percentage? I kind of stopped tracking after that month, but even during this period right here, I think I was consistently sitting around 19 to 22%. Tracked it for about 67 days. Actually, I don't think it was exactly 67 days. I think I started tracking right here. But 19 to 22%. It's not really a long enough tracking record in order to confirm those numbers, but for that time period, yes. Even with all the getting stopped out on the upside. Do you think the next bear market will not be as severe due to institutions not getting into so low? I don't like bringing in institution talk. I mean, I get it. It's a big part of the market. But Bitcoin's still in its infancy. There is going to be dramatic crashes, whether that be 50%, 75%, whatever it might be. Until we're close to like $500 to $1 million, the volatility is going to remain drastic. Once we start getting into those higher numbers and the circulation is dramatically cut down and the money coming in and out of the market slows down, that's when it'll start to solidify. Obviously, there'll still be bull runs after that, but they're not going to be as severe. I mean, once we get to 500K, in order to make 100% on our capital, it would have to go to $1 million. So, I mean, take it for what you will. I mean, even at 62,000, if we make it to 500K, that is still, what? Close to 8 to 9x. Where are we now? Beginning of the third wave? I would say we're kind of in the middle of the third wave. I was looking at this as a possible A. I was looking for an A, B, C flat, and then a push. But turn of the tide came out a little bit differently. We got A, we got a B, we got a C. And to me, we're 60%, 75% halfway through it. Wherever it might lead us. I'm not really getting overzealous. Like I said, I mean, 85K sounds like a good top to me. I don't have an exact target. Got a little ABC top going there. Could be another downside push. We checked out Sushi Swap. Like I said, I mean, just a lot of sideways price action. To me, it doesn't look that appetizing to get into. I mean, you got an ABC right here if you want to go for it, but I don't know. Last good position to be in was right here. Grab a long position. Or if you would have shorted this top right here. Besides that, whole lot of nonsense. That's what it is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you spamming? I don't really have a good simulator for trading. I'm sorry, man. I mean, the best simulator for trading is trading. You can do a testnet account. Testnet.bybit.com. Trade with fake currency. What about cheese? I don't know a lot about cheese. Except for the fact that it's on Bing Bong. I don't see anything interesting with cheese. I mean, you got a gigantic ABC right here, but I don't even know if this is a... I guess you had an ABC right here. Not really appetizing in order to enter, but it was one. I guess you could make an argument for this one right here. Could have been in from that bottom, but I mean, I don't see anything on the higher time frames. Don't really see anything on the lower time frames either, except for this ABC right here. Doom, doom, doom. You got some sort of Adam and Eve going on. We talked about Cardano earlier. It looks like I might be setting up for something. Got an ABC structure. Not that similar. I mean, I have to have a win rate of 56. I have a win rate of 56%, an R&R of 1 to 3. Let me see if I got my. I do. All right. So, I don't know how much you got in your portfolio. Let's say 1,000. You said 3 to 1 restored ratio, 56% chance to win. Let's say we're using 1% risk. Outrun the macro. Oh, wait. So after 50 trades plus 50% of the account. Yeah, after about 200 trades, 16x the account. You can pull that off. That'd be amazing. How was Halloween? We didn't do anything for it. Front light was broken, so we didn't have any trick-or-treaters. And just the fact that it's still kind of COVID-ish. People, I don't know, don't really do much. Didn't even see any kids outside. Entire house was pitch black that night. Kind of sad, man. Definitely sad. But we bought my nephew some candy. Takes all the fun out of it, but I mean, it's Halloween. You gotta have candy. Are there any coins you recommend right now? Not really. Oh, just sticking to the regulars. BTC, ETH, you know. Basic attention token's good. I'm still holding on to some new mare. What's new mare doing? Still doing quite well. The more I bought it. What about Vet? No. I mean, I don't see any positions, but did have a good rebound off of this ABC right here. You could even got a better entry off of this one. Could have been hanging on to that. So far from that entry, it's up 125%, just about. I did simulate it for you. Joker to Kite. Why so sad? Patience. Patience. That is always the word when working with trading. Alright, I'll take a look at Hex. I mean, not gonna lie. There is a possible entry. You can see ABC top right there. ABC top right there. So, I mean, a little bit past your entry, but I mean, if it comes back down, if you want to take it, it's up to you. Check out ETH. ETH had an ABC top. It's a question of, is it actually going to top out, or are we going to continue drudging on? Because, I mean, right here, it seemed like it was clear as day. ABC top. And we ended up breaking back through and going on another run before coming back down. Could be the same type of thing happening right here. Who knows? Can we be able to do an ABC chart on any time frame, and which time frame do you recommend is the best? I tend to stick to the 15-minute to 1 hour just to keep my trends a little bit larger. Like I said, it's all a matter of perspective. I'm using a 4K screen, so on the 15-minute chart, I can see a lot of information. So even though I'm on the 15-minute, I'm usually backed out in terms of I like to see everything that I can possibly see. You don't really see me on the 15-minute doing this and trying to go, oh, we got an A. Ooh, we got a B. Ooh, we got a C. Take entry. I mean, hell, would have been a good trade for a scalp position, but I don't play scalps right now. Like I said, I'm sticking to these larger structures like this one right here and the one from back here. You know, we had A, B, C, A, B, C. Hey, Kite, what's the best way to send funds from one exchange to another? I typically just turn it back into usually EOS, and I'll send it between my exchanges. Just because I have that stuff memorized. It's easy to memorize your memo for EOS. It's like a 6-digit number and an easy address. And it's cheap. You always got the person that goes, what if we drop between sending? I don't know. What do you can't really fight that. You could transfer USDT, but I don't know. It's up to you. Mana just had a massive run up. I don't know about mana. Not much. Check it out. Oh my god. Yes, it did have a massive run up. That is insane. I mean, coming off that all-time high. Putting an ABC structure. We're back above the A. So as long as that's standing, I would assume that's got a little bit more left in the tank. We'll see. Like I said, ADA is in a bullish stance. Bitcoin's in a bullish stance. ETH not so much, but it could be acting like it was just a couple months ago. Sushi looks good from where it's sitting. A lot of things look good. Like I said, XRP is currently sitting above a lot of its ABC lows. We had ABC down, then ABC up. Well, we didn't put in a higher high, so it's considered an ABC flat. But you can see right here, it's sitting back above its local low. I mean, a lot of things look like they would like to go to the upside. So, I mean, mana included. Are we still on a bull run aimed towards 100K? I mean, I can't confirm the 100K number, but at the moment we are bullish. We're above local lows. Do we have bullish divergence? Not on this time frame. I can consider that exaggerated bullish divergence. For me, it's a simple fact that we are above the A. As long as that remains true. Do consider us bullish. Morning, Lewis. How you doing? What's going on? When you miss a long entry, for example, do you wait for price action to go back down to your A and enter immediately, or do you wait for price to go below the A, then come back above it to re-enter? Go below it and then come back above it. So take, for example, right here. All right, we had a downtrend, broke into an uptrend, then we put in a lower low. Once we put in that lower low, that's when I set up the conditional that if we come back above this line, I re-enter, hold on to it. If I was playing normally, like I usually play, where I just take profit of the 0.441, that would have been a pretty good trade right there. We would have been out pretty much at the exact top. But like I said, any position I get into down here, I'm looking to hold for quite a long period of time until we're up in that 75k region. That'll kind of determine what I'm going to do from there. But for this example, we had A going down, B going up, and then we had C going down. Once we put in the lower low, I go ahead, set up a conditional long. It got triggered right here, came back down, got stopped out, set it up again, came back above it, got put in, held on to it, came back down, got stopped out, put it back in, grabbed it, haven't been stopped out since.
Oh, I feel like I made it out of hell, like I'd been living in somebody else's shell. It was like no choice I made was my own. It was like my mind was a slave to somebody else's hopes. So this is me setting me free. This the scene where the sunshine it covers me, and anything or anyone.
You ever give yourself wiggle room for entry? Not so much. I mean, it's an if this and that statement. If I am not getting in as soon as we cross that line, the whole system breaks down. So like I said, I mean, if I got in just a little bit later, I mean, look what happens. All right, so let's say, for example, on this trade over here, I got in just a tad bit later. All right, and let's say that the target is still 75 on both trades. All right, so let's say, for example, if I wanted to do a 0.5% stop loss. All right. I would have gotten stopped out here. I would have gotten stopped out here. All right, so they're still both 50, 51 restored ratios. But if I get in later, but I still want to have a good stop loss and have my stop loss where it normally would be, all right, that goes from a 50 to a 14, losing out on almost 75% of the profit. I don't know about you, but that's not really what we would like to do here. So, I mean, I don't tend to give myself a lot of wiggle room. If I don't get that entry, I don't get that entry. You know, if another opportunity presents itself, I might be able to capitalize on that, but not the same entry. No. You know, if I wasn't able to get that entry, maybe I could have waited for this to come down and set up this ABC. And I could have got in on that. How did you re-enter in that sudden shadow? I don't know what you mean by sudden shadow. Are you talking about right here? Well, price action came down. I got stopped down. As soon as I got stopped out, I set up a conditional and it came right back above. Next guy looking to buy some Cardano for hold long term. Any thoughts? I don't know much about the coin. I can't really I can't give you my thoughts on that. There are viruses nowadays that utilizes your system resource to mine crypto. That's what I thought it was, just because of the way the computer was acting. I got most of my things auto-generated and everything like that. So, and obviously behind two-factor authentication. So, don't think I have much problems with security. Seems like you really like M30 for. What do you mean by M30? The 30-minute? Like I said, 15, 30-minute, 1 hour. That's what I tend to stick to. Why don't you trade altcoins now? I'm just taking a more relaxed approach to trading. Spend less time looking at the charts. Focus on Bitcoin, set the trades. If I'm in a trade, I don't really have to do much. Got a little bit tiring watching 4 different coins all at the same time.
Yeah, stole the game. Getaway car in the open range. Grind it out, sleet, snow, rain. Took a hold of pain, no Novocaine. I'll show 'em plain and simpler. Broken down with the written word on how to strike when the iron's hot and climb on top. Then fire shots when you get the urge. I flip a bird to the system. That fugitive. Fuck the world with no lubricant. Keep hating, that's fueling this engine inside with this pen of mine to get these rhymes. And then in time it got lucrative. Stuck 'em up and I doubled up. I'm 1-of-1 with no duplicate. If that shoe will fit, then I throw 'em on. Run a motherfucking marathon. Get the torch and I'll carry on till it burns out. And it turns out that it's still lit, never gone off. Here to make a scene till I'm hauled off. Burn bright till ain't nothing left, but don't fall off. So tell 'em.
Would you mind to explain this ABC without chart first, then on chart, please? Yeah, sure. All right, so I'm guessing without all the markings. So, I mean, there's no clear answer to how I do this. I don't really look for like lower lows in terms of kind of the trend. I just kind of look at it and eyeball it. But I mean, if you want to put traction on it, you can say, okay, we had a downtrend. Downtrend was broken. So we look from top to bottom. All right, we can call that our A. And then we had an uptrend. Uptrend was broken. We can call that our B. And now when you're in this state, like let's just imagine that none of this price action has existed. And we were sitting right here. All right. In this state, you should be able to recognize, well, we have an A, we have a B. Currently, the uptrend has been broken. Now, if you're not already in a trade, you can anticipate the next trade. You can go, okay, well, if we do happen to come back below this last local low of the A, if we put in a lower low and we come back above that level, that could be my possible entry. And from there, you sit and you wait. There's no clear answer whether or not it's going to happen. It's just a matter of you're anticipating it, you're ready for it, and then when the time comes, you pull the trigger. That's all it is. I mean, if you just look at the past bull run, that's all it ever was. The entire time, all the way up. Now, I'm not denying that there wasn't some rocky roads in between. You had right here. You had a downtrend, broke into an uptrend, broke into a downtrend, A, B, C. If you're above that line, you're long. You would have been stopped out right here momentarily, but then once you get back above that line, you can go again. Hold on to it, let it do its thing. And then right here, we had a downtrend, broke into an uptrend, broke into a downtrend. You can even see a mini ABC off of the C. That's what we like to see anyways. Gives us a better entry. Boom, boom, boom. So you can either be long from right here or right here. Or if you're still in a long from over here, you can either add your position or just say, okay, as long as we attain above this line, I will remain long. So then you go ahead and you do so. We come up, come back down. A, B, C. Either add your position or say, if we remain above this line, I'll maintain my long. And you can go from there. Or you can do the opposite. All right, once you create a new all-time high or higher high, in this case, you'll go, well, fine, stay above this line. I'll remain long. But then we came back below it. you could have exited all of these positions free of charge. You would have missed the top by just a little bit. And right here, I mean, you could either started a short or possibly been looking for a position to get back into your long. Right there. Now, this is an oversimplification. Obviously, this would be an A and a B and a C, and then A, B, C right there. I'm just kind of simplifying it up a little bit. But you get the point. And then right here, A, B, C, higher high, 3 separate trends. Short if you're below this line. Keep it simple. And obviously on BTC, on Bitstamp, and Coinbase, we did put in a lower low over here on this wick to the downside. And I guess you could say we did so on BTC USDT as well, but not near really as severe as the other ones. Why do you use the ABC strategy? Why do you use ABC strategy to invest in stocks like AMD, but you use local crypto? I'm using ABC strategy to invest in crypto. Now, I mean, it's still a local low, but it's also an ABC. Whenever you have a downtrend that is broken, that is considered a local low. If you're talking about like right here, why don't I take a trade off of this or this? I just kind of changed up the way I do things. AMD is doing quite well off of that last ABC. Now, it does have an ABC top as well. We'll see how that plays out. Like I said, I've been adding to my position ever since $7. $6 or $7, I forgot. Whatever like 2017, 2016 was. Hey, Kite, does LTC got a chance to make new all-time highs? Probably. Like I said, a lot of things are sitting in bullish stances right now. LTC included. You can see a very clear downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. And right now we are sitting above the previous downtrend. So as long as that stands, I would be bullish.
Treated me like I'm nothing. Turning back or they bet against me. It seemed to me that they bluffing. I kept winning and kept pushing they buttons. I hit them over the head with it. Better check for concussions. I've been crushing, I've been rapping. Enjoying now cause ain't shit lasting. Chip cashing before I'm out. Then get the whiskey and pour around. Outlaw to my
No problem, Max.
Left lane and I'm speed racing. With a dream that I've been chasing. I keep chasing my seat facing that limelight. Strike gold when that time right. Then bow out when that time's done. With my money in my mind right. Ain't it funny how the hindsight's always perfect. And the wounds heal on the surface. And the scar tissue inside you will define you. But it's worth it. Find your purpose. Find what you love doing. Find obstacles and then run through them. Make something stick and then unglue them. Then re-glue them. Just keep moving and see through all they can bow out.
Have you considered making a course mate? Not really. Like I said in the last stream, I mean, this is the course. Well, I mean, what more could you ask for from a person? There's hundreds of hours of information here. And like I said, I know a course would be more easily digestible for a person in terms of their time. Like I said, I mean, in trading, the most important thing is time. And when I'm asked about these coins and their setups, you can see me in real time, kind of think through it, identify the trends over and over and over again. You know, what's your macro target based on EW? I really don't have one right now. Like I said, I mean, still looking for 75K. Just kind of taking it where the flow of the market takes me. Do you think the stock market will crash soon? Uh, no, not quite yet. I'm sure something's on the horizon. Honest opinion about Shiba. Still going to go up. I can't tell you, man. I mean, the way things are looking, a lot of things are setting up in bullish postures. Definitely, if the entire crypto market takes off, is going to bring a lot of those shit coins with them. Okay, hope you're enjoying your birthday season, bro. Yeah, birthday's coming up here in 7 days. I'll be 22. Only 8 more years until I can go. I'm a 30-year-old kid on the internet. Don't know what the future has in store, but it is what it is. Guess I got a couple long-term plans. No steady due date on those, but when the time comes. Any chance we're going to see 29K? I don't think anytime soon. Shiba to Doge trading pair.
When that time's done, with my money in my mind right. Ain't it funny how the hindsight's always perfect, and the wounds heal on the surface, and the scar tissue inside you will define you, but it's worth it. Find your purpose, find what you love doing, find obstacles and then run through them, make something stick and then unglue them, then re-glue them. Just keep moving and see through all of your enemies and feed the fire with intensity. Just look at me independently, I pulled off the heist of the century. Came a long way from where I've been, got a heavy load. They say I've been carrying, and I know I'll have to answer for all my sins, so I better cash out right now for the walls closing.
Robert, what's going on, man? Okay, you looking to pick up Vanguard this week? I don't know, probably. I know I should probably start voting a little bit better with my dollars. I don't know, it's hard, man, because they got you in this trap. A lot of my friends do play Call of Duty, and they tend to pick up every single one, so eventually, even if I don't buy it right off the bat, I do end up grabbing it later on so I can play with them. I didn't play any of the betas, saw a little bit of footage. Looks halfway decent, but I don't know. Modern Warfare, the previous one, that came out 2 years ago. Man, it's 2 years ago. That's probably one of the best Call of Duties in a long time, so I don't know. I'm still playing that.
People typing my name and I see where it's placed just to cover the scars. People chanting my name.
Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? How you doing, Yokes? What's my entry? I'm currently sitting in the Bitcoin long from right here.
Told y'all I make my mark in this. This because my name attached to the army, no narcissist. I was standing at the merch table looking for a marker quick. Then a girl showed me a tattoo.
I got into Warzone for a little bit. I really like the zombies game from last year's Halloween.
I can't explain it. She held me so damn close, left my shirt soaked from tears like rain hit. Don't let go was on her playlist. One day I got a message said, but you're so
Hey Kite, said hi earlier, but you might have missed it. Oh, thank you, Robert. How you doing, buddy? What's the name of this song? Like the one that's currently playing? This is Cover the Scars by King ISO. Yeah, I watched Squid Game. Just a quick question, Kite. Does the ABC respect trend lines? 200 EMA. I haven't checked. I don't really use EMAs or SMAs.
I see where it's placed just to cover the scars. People chanting my name, and whenever I'm in pain, it helps cover the scars.
Let's try go dash.
Used to wear a long sleeve just to cover the scars. One day at school wasn't covered at all. Sarah came up to me, I was in love. You see when she sat down and started touching my arm. Said don't be ashamed of it, one day we'll talk. And that's when she gave me her number to call. We fell in love quick, but then suddenly dog she got murdered. That was the worst summer of all. I tried to end my life.
It's above both the entries.
Imagine I made it, but some
It's setting up pretty good for a large push.
hugged in the halls. I found out some homies, they wasn't my dogs. They turned around and made fun of me all, but my gun didn't think it was funny at all. Now they battled depression and some of them lost. I made it and still keeping time.
That was a very nice entry right here.
With just love in my heart, I put this in my music. I love from the start. I got so many people that love me for all of the things that I wanted to cover up. Y'all wouldn't understand none of it, cause I've been targeted against the wall and then suffered. But all of it had a big purpose to help out the world. If I could go back, I would change nothing at all. I see tats here a bunch of counts. They helped me snap out of my corrupted mind. I used to think I was alone, but come to find we're all cut the same way. Your blood's like mine. It's like I took all of the tools that we cut inside with to use blood to write a bunch of rhymes. So when y'all ink my name over the cuts, it's like the love y'all show me, it covers mine.
What do you think about Ryan Madden nowadays? He's still my buddy. Unfortunately, I've been real bad about getting back to people, but he texted me a couple times. I don't know, man. I know he's been doing a lot of promotional videos, and he has a manager and everything. So, I mean, that's one thing that I didn't really want to get into with YouTube. For me, I like to maintain control over my things, and having to meet quotas or anything like that just doesn't work for me. So, I mean, he might be like running himself a little bit dry, trying to keep up with everything. I don't know, man.
Niggas talking about bitch. Before I made meals, it was hoping I fail. Well, nigga, I'm popping out, bitch. Hit in my stance, I still got your hoe in my pants like a pocket out, bitch. Stick to my plan, got plenty ammo in my van. I'm hopping out, bitch. They done got a nigga started, I ain't stopping out, bitch. Ain't walking my shoes.
I'm gonna play this song. It doesn't really pertain to anything particular. It's just when I listened to it the first time, I got chills. And I know a lot of people in the live stream might take offense to in the song he talks about Trump, but I don't know. It's just someone's political belief. I don't think you should get offended over stuff like that. But hey. I don't remember if there's any thing actually offensive in the song. I just thought it was like a really cool beat.
Transitioning, cool your innocence. Tapping in, tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. Holy shit, it's him again. Hate to see a nigga win. Pull up bigger body bends, super sexy ambience. Tapping in, tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. East side come alive. Pandemic shifting minds. Please pray for me and mine. Sending love to you and yours. Universe is doing chores. Be yourself, do it more. Middle finger, no remorse. I was young and off the porch. Life can take you off the course, just to bring you back aboard. Stronger than you ever know it. Been a genius and a poet. Purpose driven, can't ignore it. Gold status, now you know it. Mind racing, ain't no time wasted on the foundation, too precious. Anyone can get annihilated if they infiltrating on the vessel. On the beat, I up the crime rate, I'm on a whole nother kind of level. Used to have so much anger, I done been face to face with the devil, I'm blinded. I was the product, I was that diamond you left at the bottom. I'm the disciple the people should follow. Want it today, we ain't promised tomorrow. I'm just a nigga who managed the power. I gotta speak cause the government cower. We gotta call up the light in this hour. You want it, we got it, I'm loaded, you copy. Right. Innocence. Tapping in, tapping in. Tapping in, tapping in. Holy shit, it's him again. Hate to see a nigga win. Pull up bigger body bends. Super sexy ambience. Tapping in, tapping in. Tapping in, tapping in. Beast inside come alive. Pandemic shifting minds. They want the people to panic. They want our people to vanish. I'm in this bitch like I'm ready to die, but I'm willing to live. I done loaded the cannon. I can't imagine if this nigga Trump get elected again, he gon' really do damage. We in a sensitive place with the planet. I know my rich niggas up who can manage. Really don't matter, we all been affected. Our family too precious, who sending the message?
Man, bro, came through with that stimulus check though. What you want me to do?
We gotta pay attention to the lesson. Most of the people stressing, most of them regret it. I ain't apologetic when they voted for him. Wasn't thinking you would be indebted. Now a pandemic, people start to vanish. Way too much confusion, cannot understand it. I've been at the crib feeling kinda manic, meditating deeper, trying to take advantage. Just a moment, who can I become? Thinking superhuman, feeling like the one. Gotta bond together, play the same drum. Self-preservation, wake and see the sun. Gotta stay sane, gotta stay sane, gotta stay sane. Speak the life tongue.
Yeah, sorry, a little detour there. I'm just having fun with today's live stream. Usually I just have the carbon bass in the background. Wait, said, do you think you ever stop streaming? I don't know. I'm sure one day, but I don't have any clear plans for when I'm going to stop. If anything, I'll do, you know, 1 or 2 live streams a week. If it ever gets down to that low. Like I said, I pretty soon I do want to change things up. Yeah, the person I'm playing right now, his name's Ace Hood, and he you guys ever heard that song like hopped out of brand new Bugatti? I just hopped out of brand new. Wait, I don't know how that song goes. I'll play it. So apparently, like, he took a really long break and then came back. You know, I'm talking about meditation and stuff.
Feel me then, they say he back again like I ain't dropped me a shit load of classics. They gon' count me out, I'm in a time machine. I'm doing work, niggas sign agree. Yeah, I'm upper class in the mindful league. I dug deep for a lava feed. I'm so proud of me.
Got any crypto? What's going on, man?
I just gave the people honesty. You know what's up with me? I can feel the best coming out me. I can pray for sun when it's lightning. I can be myself for the white.
Hey, Kite, don't know if it means anything, but when I turn off fib levels based on log scale and measure the macro C wave, if BTC reaches the 0.441 target. Are you talking about this right here? No, I see. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but
positivity is all I'm on, but if you try, nigga, we gon' see. Told my family this is bigger than us. In due time, baby, we gon' eat. It's a lot of people false.
And pretty soon here shortly, I think I might be getting a new vehicle. I already worked something out with my cousin. He's gonna buy the old one off of me. I was looking at an S560 coupe, but it was a 2016 and was missing a couple features that I wanted. So I think I might be just going with like a 2018 560 4-door. Now, I haven't done any searching for the property. I still gotta get my actual house figured out.
Chit chat, little bit of this, that, and that money you make. At times I felt I break, but the melody kept my space. I had to get ahead, but couldn't lose my brain. Yeah, yeah. Mood switch, colors change. You just worry about your change. I just worry about my game flow. Be so cool still.
No, the last sea wave starting around September 7th. Are you talking right here? Oh, I see. Yeah. For me, like I said, I mean, I just keep it the same. If I start kind of delegating whether or not I use log based on whether or not I want a different outcome, doesn't really make a difference to me. Only recommendation is, whichever one you decide to keep it on that one. Whenever you switch it back and forth, that's when you start getting into trouble. This song is kind of interesting because it's like country rap almost. I strictly saved it just because it was such a unique style.
Recently been going on the colder than the tundra. You be sleeping on me slumber. Only wanna give you the cucumber. Wouldn't give my heart, I don't give my brain. Used to think that I was smart. Swear to God, I got insane. In times I lack awareness. What's
Kite, possible long entry for BTC for now already in a tray right now. Not anything that is safe to be in, unfortunately.
Chase relief from the pain and the stress. Ran away, I never left. You know I'm sad, you never guessed. I regret so far. Pushed too hard that I dropped my guard. Now my heart's in shard. Grown numb for the world, numb for the pain. Dumb for the girls, use my dick for a brain. If it don't go well, ain't got nothing to say. Guess it's all my fault, best be walking away. Miss the good times, I miss the old days. I know my head spins when the earth rotates. And my thoughts crowd, but they ain't got no space. I've been telling myself that it's okay, but it's not though. I was at the top floor, and then I jumped off and I cracked my skull down under the pavement. I ain't been
Oh my God, USDT.
this world, I ain't never had the patience. Love to tell me what I like it's a matter of fact. You jump
Had a nice ABC setup.
expect me to react. One time I had a good thing, but it ended in a flash. I see no one is reliable, and I'm okay with that. I put the weight upon myself, I should not blame anyone else. Nothing is permanent in this life, but snow will melt, and I've accepted that. But nonetheless, realizing this was painful, I guess. But once I learned the lesson, it was easier to cope. People in it for themselves, I used to blame them, now I don't. Friends don't worry about your feelings, they too worry about their own. I have to not worry about the things that I cannot control. Don't you catch my drift, you following along. I hope that one day someone proves us wrong, but I will not hold my breath. This ain't woe as me, this is real layout. No one is reliable.
I'm doing alright, Sound Gods. I got my Hello Fresh delivered. We're going to start cooking that tonight. Try to get off the DoorDash kick. Hopefully that'll make it so I can maintain a decent intermittent fasting schedule.
That's what if you give them hope, you that's why. But if I chose just to die, be a hypocrite. I just be a hypocrite.
Yeah, there's some good meals on there.
Mindset, my brain isn't innocent. When subcortical structures and limbic bend a bit, the trauma we beat, but we haven't been too tentative. It's normal to reoccur as a given stimulant. Try funding this cause till we end up indigent or insufficient. Broke, it doesn't make any sense. I really get flat cause I give so many this uplifting agenda, but then I feel my triggers get pulled and my mask goes in the wind again. So sick of losing and wondering when I'll win again. How do we spread love when it isn't innocent? But people make it real and then within they implement. If I'm the reason why you chose to live, but in the end I didn't want to do it, would you quit and come with me then?
It's Hypocrite by King ISO.
I won't quit, word to dimension, forget a hypocrite.
What would you say the biggest problem with the strategy is? To be honest, I kind of fell in love with it from the start. I guess being attentive, like when the time is right. It seems like a lot of people might miss entries because they don't have alarms set or they just don't have the time of day. Also, kind of just sitting on your thumbs. Most of the problems come from the person themselves. Whether or not you get too skittish and you don't hold on to a trade, or you don't get into a trade at all. To me, it's an if this and that statement. It's so robotic. It's so robust. It's hard to kind of fail with it. Not in terms of like the rate, like the win ratio and everything like that. I mean, obviously that's kind of like dependent on the market, but even in the worst times, it's proven itself. Just checking to see if I got, okay. Starts flashing the music message that says it's gonna shut the stream off. I gotta turn off the music for a little bit.
Searching deep inside, I think I found a plug. Take me as I am and for now who I was. Let's pick up ourselves and we put down the guns. Let's uplift our women, they the chosen ones. Hope I get my flowers from my day will come.
Who was your first love? Man, what a crazy question. Interesting fact, all of the people that I have loved have the same name. But like this girl moved into the neighborhood like right next to me when I was like 8 years old. And me and my friend had a bet on who could pull her first. And I didn't even have to try. She just asked me to be her boyfriend. Now, we were in like the second grade. No, we were in like the fourth grade. I think. No, it was like third grade. But that continued to develop throughout like all the way to high school. And then eventually she had to move away. So I kind of broke it off.
Switching my ways, the better my days. I found me a queen, the one of my dreams. I'm living on high, out of the cage, out of the shell, into myself, living the life, living in health, living in God, building the wealth. Niggas with pity party on the boulevard and they will switch up on you when you step. Niggas to take, they'll take it all till there's nothing left. I done seen homeboys with they straight face, pissed off cause it ain't them. Losing your focus, you hitting the rim. I'm in the studio, I'm in the gym. I got that F on the top of the brim. I'm on the level opposite of them. I'm in the front of $100 tips. I got no chains on in the VIP. I like a round bottom with the hips. I got a humble vibe, but I'm him. I got 100 loading in the clip. I got some more stored in the whip.
Hey, Kite, do you only use the ABC strategy? Yeah. And can you please show the entry and exit for an ABC strategy? All right, so if it's just going regular, like the market's just kind of going sideways, I tend to do it like this. You look for a downtrend, that breaks into an uptrend, that breaks into a downtrend. And if you do come back above the original downtrend low, then you are going to take a long from there. Now, in terms of take profit, like I said, if it's a regular market just moving sideways, I tend to target the 0.441. So I draw my fibs backwards just because I'm used to doing that from Elliott Wave. It's not typically what you find people doing. But in this case, all right, if I was to take this position, I would have been out of the trade right here. But I'm holding on to this long for a breakout. I've only one issue noticed with ABC. Sometimes if you miss a better ABC within a larger ABC, that smaller ABC would have gotten stopped out once or twice versus the larger one. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Take me to the place where you and I can hide away. 'Cause I'm going for a ride and I'm looking for a place to live. Feeling like I'm 6 feet underground in this open oak. So take me to the place.
For the most part, yeah. 15-minute, 30-minute hourly is what I'm usually on.
Yeah, old friends, new stress. I stay awake, filled with regret. Often wonder what I should have said. Often wonder what could have been if I said something. But I just hold everything in. Ruin what matters from personal demons. And wonder why everyone phasing the end. And I'm tired of fighting. I really need silence or something to stop all the thoughts in my head. Feels like the more I keep climbing in music, I realize I'm closer to what is the edge. Like, what is this life?
Theta ABC, please. We've reached 0.441 2 times. Now what? Short or long?
But I don't know how to be found. Surrounded with people who love me for me. So why am I sad? Why am I down? I wonder what happens right after we die. Is it all black? Do we just drown? Or is it more beautiful? We'll never know. Until it's our time trying to figure this out. This thing called life. I just want to know, am I doing this right? All the shit I went through.
Are you talking about this?
All just for a chance to live in this life. Tell me, was it worth the price?
So take me to the place where you and I can hide away.
Don't know what you mean.
For a ride and I'm looking.
Or are you talking about this larger one here?
Feeling like I'm 6 feet.
Your music is great, Kyle. Name's Kite.
So take me to the place.
This is Elijah Kyle. Ironically. And then it's Hideaway.
Daily, I hate being trapped alone in my fears, alone in this house where love doesn't live. Tell me where sinners go, is there an end? Tell me, can I ever call you a friend or just someone who fades and gets swept in?
Did I change my mic?
Never comes back, been writing for weeks.
No, I made it a little bit louder
It never lasts, so know that you'll leave. It's
just to
only a fact, and I hate the feeling like
cover the music.
attack me in digits is never a war I can last. I kept my head up for years through all the BS, but lately I'm tired of that. I'm tired of just acting like I am okay, 'cause I'm not, and it's true. And I'm tired of being replaced. And I've loved and I've lost, but I've never gave in to the hate. But I hate myself, and it shows every day.
So take me to the place where you and I can hide away. 'Cause I'm going for a ride and I'm looking for a place to lay. Feeling like I'm 6 feet underground in this open oak. So take me to the place where you and I can hide away.
Yeah. Why you so mad, homie? Yeah. Always say what you have, homie. Yeah. You got the cash, you got the bag, you got the pad, you got the plaques. Yo, if it's fast, your chick is bad, you don't have to brag, homie. I've been listening closely. Lately you sounding upset. It seems like your life is a mess. I can tell that you depressed. You got all of these regrets about the people you left. Always chasing the check, let it hang around your neck. Can't believe what it says in them diamonds and all them designs.
KSM has a good ABC structure right here. You could have got a good entry.
Becoming obsessed with success. I look at you and now I know that I'm blessed. The game is a test. Sometimes more is less and you more or less too stressed. You got power now with no common ground with anyone around you. That's that. I can tell you famous.
The last ABC did well.
I can tell you money ain't a thing. I can tell you happiness and choice. I can tell you the importance of your voice. Money is number
numbers and numbers don't end. Happiness come from your family and friends. Meaning in life and not riding the trend. Most people looking for where to begin. They glorifying the guns and the drugs. I'm trying to show you the light and the love. I'm looking back at the things that I've done. Mama is proud about who I become.
Money is numbers and numbers don't end.
Happiness come from your
Family and friends.
meaning in life and not
Riding the trend.
most people looking for
Where to begin? They glorifying the guns and the drugs. I'm trying to show you the light and the love. I'm looking back at the things that I've done. Mama is proud about who I become.
Take my name, take my shine. Waste my money, not my time. Live my life by design. Walk by faith, not by sight.
Look, the crazy thing about having something is now you had something to lose. I remember as a young rapper, I ain't had nothing, I was on the move. Trying to turn these little raps to a little cash, but who would've knew I'd have a couple plaques, couple hundred racks. Still feel like something that I gotta prove. Look, I can tell you how they set it all up, how they make it feel like you never got enough. You scroll through the phone and you feel so alone, so you close it and open that right back up. That's addiction, Tyrone beating with the itching. Don't you get lost in the fiction, cause on the gram they looking like dang. In real life you think they magicians. Gotta be hungry, never be thirsty, know the difference.
Know the difference.
Know your self-worth is not your net worth. God my witness.
I'm a witness.
Time isn't money, time is everything on my wish list. So you tell me what riches. It's always a bigger pond with bigger fishes.
I can tell you fame ain't what it seems. Yeah, I can tell you money ain't a thing. Yeah, I can tell you happiness and choice. I can tell you the importance of your voice.
Soul searching. Days like this, I wish I didn't get phone service. Self-destructive sometimes.
Thoughts on
it's like a
Metaverse?
song.
Is that a coin or is that like
Going
a
through life with the wrong
NFT
person.
like game
Question,
project?
Is it all worth it? When you think of death, do you get all nervous? I spend my life trying to shine through them drawn curtains, tucking all my problems, pretending like it was all perfect. Then love yours hit me. The grass is always greener, I need to cherish you with me. Complicated love, it feel like Bobby next to Whitney. I need someone in the spotlight just so I know that they get me. I'm wishy-washy, lost my confidence. I never
No matter how hard you try, I'll never show my feet.
I let my happiness only stem from accomplishments, and now I'm falling off, so I'm suffering from the consequence. The more I'm speaking positive, the less they listen. And the more that I'm evolving, they just reminiscing. And the more I get rejected, then the less I do. I lost my love for this shit, and I blame you. I'm soul searching. Soul searching. I'm soul searching. Oh no, no. Soul searching. Soul searching. I'm soul searching. Yo, I'm digging deeper than I ever did. Mama wasn't sure about me, glad she let me live. Imagine what would happen if she never did. A lot of people in positions that I left them in. I think about my fears, how they instilled in me. What's real for you was never real for me. What you do in 20 years, I do it in a week. And what I always hoped to be, I already achieved. But now these people questioning my skills. I'm questioning myself cause they ain't copping what I sell. I'm reaching out for help, but don't nobody got the answers. I'm begging for a change, I'm finally praying I can feel. I'm going through the motions cause I'm paying all the bills. I got it in the moment, so I might as well just chill. But that ain't never been me, it's a frenzy in my mind. Will I see the other side? Maybe only time will tell.
Ryan Matta and Kite the coolest, none of the crypto gems. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Monster, how should I feel? Creatures lie here, looking through the windows. Monster, there are voices in the darkness, and they say they won't go.
Stay long enough at the abyss and it seems to start to stare back at you. Lost inside my head is a scary place I've adapted to. Friends and family call and I tell them that I'll get back to you. Too busy on my phone, doom scrolling. Spent the afternoon stressed out, head down, can barely leave my
my bed now. I hate these fucking feelings, they tell me to try these meds out. But Doc, we've only talked for like 10 minutes, I'm sketched out. Paranoid, can't tell if these people are foes or friends now. You know what it feels like to feel like nobody can help. On top of that, feel like you're losing yourself. I wouldn't even wish my enemies the hand I was dealt. Thought I could pay the pain to fade with some material wealth. But tears falling in the Tesla, I guess it's kind of ironic to feel so fucking broke inside something I always wanted. My demons came to play, it feels like my brain may be haunted. Hate myself sometimes as much as they hate on me, to be honest. I saw fentanyl take the life away from my cousin. I watched alcohol steal the life away from my dad. I came from nothing, now I'm scared that might be one I'm becoming. Look in the mirror, barely recognize the one looking back. So
Monster,
I'm gonna switch the song before copyright strikes me.
Had so many dreams, baby, you and me said forever, and I believed it. Now it's for
I'm just going through my release radar, seeing if I can find anything good.
I know sometimes I can say the wrong things. Even when I make mistakes, you love me anyway.
I chose violence, choke up. These bitches silent, get fucked, nowhere to hide it.
you never change your spots.
Thankful for all my trials, way too hard to.
Damn, my life forced me. I've been doing me, looking for a reason to be a better man every brand new season. Believe I'm blessed, feeling myself sometimes, but going through hell sometimes. But it's all good either way, I'm fine even when I'm not, and I wanna dwell sometimes. I am not complete, I am not comfy. I don't give a damn if you like or you love me. You cannot own me, you will not hold me back. I'm alone, not lonely. I'm a desperado, and I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow. But you really don't wanna walk this road I follow. So cold and hollow. I'm a desperado.
I saw your twin on Twitch streamer name's Cal 9mm.
I'm a desperado, that's the motto. Living too fast, bet I die slow. See no signs that I'm gon' follow. Still I hope I find my way, but I know that nobody waiting on me. Never let them in, cause I know I'm gon' leave. Never look back, never get no sleep. Was it all worth it? I guess I'm gon' see. Try to focus on the light, but I keep losing concentration. Tell the voices in my
The dude has an afro. He's not my twin. Unless that's a wig.
back. I know I'm falling. Save me from myself.
I'm a desperado, and I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow. But you really don't wanna walk this road I follow. So cold and hollow. I'm a desperado, and I don't know if there's much here left for me. Monogamous, I've caused Z's on dorm room floors, smells of vodka on hungover AMs, and daydreamed about packing out stadiums when I'm bored. I wear my floors like Bush.
Oh shit, it's 12 o'clock. Shit crazy in the motherfucker. Let's do it. Step up in the mention on the daily, cause I be forgetting stuff that I've been through when it made me. Wanna go pick a pistol up with you niggas, shit, I'm many. To the max, I'm zany. My dick, I bitches Janie. Back then, the most didn't fuck with me, shit be entertaining. When I post a picture up, I got bitches tryna frame me. Hitting at the bitches up like he finna have my baby. They like I'm.
Dropped out, I was 17, wasting all my money, mixing dope and LSD. Man, mama said don't get ahead of me, but I don't wanna finish college, I got hella dreams. But I don't know what's gotten into me, ever since I stopped pretending it was history. Dropped out, I was 17, now I got more freedom than I've ever seen. Life don't have directions.
Hey, tell us about Dot. I don't know much about Dot, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not the most well-versed YouTuber on every altcoin possible. Very rarely do I go out of my way to look up stuff. I've listened to a little bit of J. Cole. Not too much.
Dropped out, I was 17, wasting all my money, mixing dope and LSD. Man, mama said don't get ahead of me, but I don't wanna finish college, I got hella dreams. Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into me, ever since I stopped pretending it was history. I dropped out, I was 17, now I got more freedom than I've ever seen. I dropped out, now I pop out at Nobu in a Bentley coat with a
Yeah, currently I'm long on BTC. Off of this level.
I don't drink cause it made me sick, and I wonder how my teachers feel when they hear my song. Thought I wouldn't be shit. Oh yeah, I don't know what's gotten into me. Used to dream of this and think about it constantly. I dropped out, I was 17. I don't gotta fuck with all this drama, I got hella dreams. Oh yeah, no blood sugar, it's more caffeine. But I want that shit. So much like that I left to be seen. Dropped out, I was 17, wasting all my money buying one PLSD. Mama said don't get ahead of me, but I don't wanna finish college, I got hella dreams.
As I get older,
we might have only had a little bit of money in the bank, but the faith was enormous. Money was slow like a tortoise. Little ironic, cause nowadays I make money from the pain of my stories. Lights, camera, action, picture, moment, life's taking it for us. If you listen closely, you can hear my heartbeat when the soundtrack pauses. Some do it for the money, some do it for the love, some do it for the rounds of applauses. I do this for the goosebumps and the hair stood up on my neck when I thought this. Hopefully one day I could put down money for my mummy on a mortgage. That in mind, now the money so moreish. Never get pally with corporates, confused in Cali. I'm ringing up Ali cause I don't do contract clauses. Now I'm back on the road to nowhere, focused on building a fortress. We're the untouchables, and I know that they'll say I had balls to record this, but I don't cry over girls no more. Stabbed so many times in the back, so I ain't asking for help no more. And if you want the raw truth, dog, I ain't feeling on top of the world no more. Had 50 grand cash in the bank, but the truth is I ain't never felt so poor. Ain't nobody fighting my demons, it's only me who can propel those thoughts. These are emotions, I felt so raw. But now I'm back in beast mode. Clock the game, don't ask for cheat codes. Rule number 1, don't ask for free throws. Rule number 2, pave your own way, don't ask for free smoke. That leaves rule number 3, there's no looking back, cause this is the path that we chose. Music is the one thing that makes the blood in my veins and arteries flow. I'm trying to be like Master P with a whole catalogue of masters he owns. Some might say that the grass is greener. I believe in these pastures we've sown. Difficult to...
And it keeps saying every single song is copyrighted audio. Usually I can get away with it for a little bit, but it seems to be not going away.
Wake up, son of mine. Mama got something to tell you. Changes come. Life will have its way. With your pride, son.
Are you still learning new stuff in trading, or is the learning phase over for you? I'm still learning, but in a different way. I'm not learning new methods and new signals and stuff like that. I'm in the part of the learning process where I'm learning how to stick to something. Before this, I would jump from thing to thing to thing. There was a good amount of time in between. It's just that I never stuck with something for more than maybe like a couple months.
Listen up, son of mine. Mama got something to tell you. All about growing pains.
And their music got really weird. Why does everything have to be copyrighted? The stream's not even monetized. Like it bugs me. All right, if I am not trying to make money off of a stream, why am I not allowed to just play music? I never got that. It just doesn't make sense to me. Is there still a decent entry point here? Not unless we got back down to this level. I don't really see a entry point at this moment.
The reason you get more places, they don't know that I exist yet. A lot of industry names asking why we ain't friends yet. Your compliments are just blunt smoke, like a cigarette. I'ma say it with my chest. Yes, the palm, keep it in check. Confrontations over conversations and text. They wanna solve it with fists. Somebody get their lip cracked. Blistex over what? Who the bigger man? That's a big mess. You can't catch a break. The fast break will get your rim checked. Who next? You next? Yeah, I heard you. Big flex. We'll see how long that list get. The talent.
Did you make the Discord more expensive? No. It's been $50 since I started it.
Success is knowing how to work the algorithm. Spend too much time on that, you'll never get around to spin. Too many people are power driven.
It's been so long, but I know there's a couple where like I really just explained the ABC. I mean, like I said, you're looking for a downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, or an uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. Either a higher high versus the A and C, or a lower low like it is right here. And then you set up an if this and that statement. If it comes back above or back below that line, you go ahead and enter. So it's going to look like this, or it's going to look like this. And then you either set up an if this and that statement here or here. Set up your stop loss, set up your take profit. Have I been to India? No, I have not, unfortunately. What's your final goal in trading? I don't think there is a final goal. Like that song said, money is numbers and numbers don't end. I'm at the point now where I can financially support myself and a couple of my family members off of trading, and that's cool with me. I'm not making any outrageous plays trying to double or triple my account overnight. It's just slow and gradual. 10% here, 10% there.
I knew this day was coming eventually. Don't cry for me, everybody dies. Remember me for finding a remedy for depression and misery. I'll always be alive if I live in your memory. And when you feeling sad, play the song and come visit me. Your happiness is still the greatest gift you could give to me. You gave me the energy that created the symphonies. My life became a sacrifice, I knew it was meant to be. And sadly now my time's up. I knew my fate before I signed up. Promise me you'll never let your mind shut. Wipe away your tears, 20 years was a blessing. I left you with my seed, now I leave you with this message. Turn the other cheek when you feeling disrespected. If love is what you seek, when you get it, don't neglect it. And if you have a dream, then your job is to protect it. Don't be afraid to speak when you dealing with depression. I know that deep down we all searching for acceptance, trying to fill the hole that's inside us we was left with. Wanting to be perfect when we know there's no perfections, but we think it's necessary for a deep connection. Love each other, fuck your skin color and complexion. Our differences is only just a matter of perspective. Be kind of one another even when it's not requested, and always be yourself even when the world rejects it. X.
The title of these talks that I'm giving here is Mind Over Mind. And I'm going into all the various problems which have to do.
You watch Jordan Cameron live streams? No, I do not. Unfortunately.
I learned the price to gain it all is that you lose yourself. I'll trade my happiness for yours, I hope the music helps. With the empty voids that linger and reside inside you. I had them too, that's why I feel the need to try and guide you. I learned to care for strangers like they were my flesh and blood. I learned that when my niggas stress, they tend to text the plug. I learned the way addiction work, it likes to stretch and tug and grip you in till you don't notice you obsessed with drugs. I promise I'm not here to
Top 5 rappers. Ryan Carvey was my first choice. His newer music, I don't think you can really consider rapping, but it's kind of in that category. See you, Robert. Token, Ace Hood, King ISO. That's hard to just pick the last one. I don't know. I gotta keep going. You got Trey Day. Whit Lowry is definitely probably in the top 5 though. You got Sunreal. Marlon Craft. He's definitely like in the top 3. Really convoluted list, I know, but it is what it is. There's so many choices, good choices. Can't really like rank them above anybody else.
I know for some of y'all it's fun and just a thing to do. I learned for some of y'all it's pain and you can't live without it. I learned the pill is what we take so we don't feel about it. I had a homie back in school who used to always smile. No matter what you put him through, you couldn't put him down. And now that he's no longer around, I wish I asked about the things he dealt with silently that finally took him out.
Why have you come here this afternoon? What were you looking for? Would it be too presumptuous of you to say that you were looking for help?
Yeah, I'm not here to teach you lessons.
Oh yeah, Chris Webby's on the list.
I hope you find the message. I hope you find the peace within yourself that you've been searching for. I see the tears behind your eyes cause I've been hurt before. I see the truth behind your smile because I smiled too. I know you lying, say you fine cause that's what I would do. I know your cause because you got the hand that I was dealt. I know you suffer and your pride won't let you cry for help. I'm not here to teach you lessons, but I've been through depression and inside the lines I hope you find perspective. I learned that happiness is always there inside of you. So being happy isn't something that you try to do. When we release the things we love, they won't be gone for long. It's the fear they won't come back that keeps us holding on. I learned the trick to being happy comes from letting go. Because depression is not having what you want the most.
One who abandons desire attains near
Sing a song, please. I can't sing, man. I'm sorry. Not one of those talents I was blessed with.
means in Sanskrit blow out. The opposite, desire, is to breathe in. Now if you breathe in,
Bugsy Malone is on that list. There's so many good rappers. So many good rappers.
Yo, Bugsy Malone, 21, Donna. I'm going into war mode, and that means I'll do what the fuck I want to. Yeah. And I'm on some I don't give a fuck who it belongs to. Yeah. Track star, you wanna see the Lizzie that I run through? I'm a rap star now, but I'm a don too. Deep, not a driller, but I've left man open, leaking. Terrorist the way I've had man's parents screaming, brandishing my flicky in the shrubs, steaming. When I snap, I see red like I'm possessed by a demon. Always been a nigga that can dress clean, robbing every day I would finesse weed. Never knew when I would see my next.
Detected copyrighted audio. Let's see if I can get by with this one. This song by Bugsy Malone is so good. It reminds me of like Tupac. Like Tupac, he could like tell a story through his rap. Like that, I love. And you don't hear a lot of that nowadays. Like Brenda's Got a Baby. Like that one's good. Like tells a story.
Watch this. It's a shame that the hood's an addiction. That man fell from the heavens, but nobody missed him. All that knowledge and wisdom, but he didn't share it, so there's no one to protect him. Yeah, there's power in numbers, but don't underestimate age out here. There's too much power in youngers, and them man forgot there was hundreds. Anybody can be gangster. You've seen City of God, there's no age restriction. Your nights never made my money. You pay to go to the church, there's no paid religion. I'm not being funny. If you was raised in a broken home with poverty constantly hanging over your head, would you not fight the affliction? The hood's an addiction, he went from no one to having a big reputation. Violated by his own family, he's got no problem with violation. Using a weapon brings fear, and fear just means you don't need explanation. All he needs is a bad boy driver to help him escape from the destination.
I still use Hakanashi.
If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, bite up. Man's living like a wild animal. When he gets hungry, then it's robbery season. Beaten up as a child, so he likes to hurt people, he don't need a reason. He thought them man were gods, but he watched them man turn mortal and weaken. The hood's an addiction, but most things in the hood these days are deceiving. No Snapchats or tweeting. He's living under the radar, and that means he's avoiding policemen. He got left
Berlandia, what's up?
That's a reminder of when he got beaten. But it's not an L when it comes from an older. Them man are gods no longer the human, and humans stop breathing. Flip the mattress, pull the Adidas shoebox out, it's that time. He don't play games anymore, but it's looking like Mortal Kombat time. He had Scarface playing on DVD in the background, so when he left his room he heard Al Pacino say, you better say goodnight to the bad guy. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, bite up. The hood's an addiction, he's wearing clothes with no description. He's heard stories about hits and he's got what it takes to make a man go missing. He knows where my man chills and he takes the back roads, he's turning and twisting. The plan's quite simple, go to the pub, identify man and blast him. As he gets closer, he starts losing his composure. He remembers looking up to the man that he's about to go and dispose of. It's 10 o'clock and he knows them man link at the pub just to talk business. He pulls down his mask, and that's just in case there's a witness, just to be safe. Then he arrived and seen everybody standing outside. Squinted his eyes, located the guy, and then let 4 shots off with a quickness. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun, die.
Frank, what's going on? The Sub Kite, how's the count doing? Long time no see. Pretty good. Waiting on this next long.
On the floor, you could see a lifeless body, mixed emotions, breathing heavy, no remorse at all, he's not sorry. He just let man down and he cannot wait for the word to get round. This means he'll be the talk of the town, and now they'll know that he's never been a clown. Then he got a call straight from hell, but it wasn't Lucifer, it was his sister Shell, hysterically crying, with police sirens in the background as well. She said, Mom's been shot at the pub, we were standing at the door and she just fell. He had one more bullet, he looked up into the sky and blasted himself. Ashamed of the hood's an addiction, that man fell from the heavens but nobody missed him. All that knowledge and wisdom, but he didn't share it, so there's no one to protect him. Yeah, there's power in numbers, but don't underestimate age out here. There's too much power in youngers, and them man forgot there was hundreds. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun, die by the gun, yeah. If you live by the gun.
Such a good song. Tells a complete full story from beginning to end. Said, sup, young blood, quit getting all these ladies pregnant. I don't know what you mean. I have no kids. What is your dream? To put it simply, it is to help as many people come to the conclusion as possible. It's a very open-ended thing, and the reason why I said like that, the conclusion, is because I think it's different for everybody. Whether that be what they interpret their meaning to be, whether that just be some kind of peace. Ultimately, I would like to facilitate a process for people to undergo an experience where they could come to the conclusion that they're it. That there is no difference in all of this. It's just a matter of time and perspective. That if you give it enough time, the particles that made you up will drift into something else, and you will be something else or many other things than you were before this. And that when you touch things or look at things, it's not objects or people. It's a different interpretation of yourself. You are the universe incarnate, almost like a periscope coming out from the ocean and looking around for a little bit. And then you'll go back into the ocean. And that's just the literal interpretation. You also have the spiritual interpretation, but I don't like to put labels on things. I know there's something, and all these religions have yet to scratch the surface. It's just men coming back and telling tales of the unfathomable and trying to put it all together, and then people fight over which interpretation is right. But they all are, but in their own different ways. Oh, Stormzy's pretty good. I like Stormzy. I haven't listened to him in a long time, actually. Well, I didn't mean it like that, Saltbag. I didn't mean like I know what it is and everything like that. But I had a near-death experience, and it confirmed a lot of things, but also left a lot of questions open. I just had too many experiences revolving around drugs and not drugs to, what's the word I'm looking for? To confirm that there's a lot more that goes on than just physical level stuff.
It's more like sleepwalking with activities. And I believe it's your conscience going into a witness protection program.
I have taken drugs before, and I had a real good time.
Let's take it back. I used to be a cocky Caucasian, hopping in and out of cop stations. Mind like an athlete on drugs, thoughts always racing like Dr. Dre. But I don't got no patience. But I got spots spraying and a bus flows gun hole. So drunk I intoxicate the front row. Rap's my addiction and it plugs holes. My lines leave your face squashed up like a pug's nose. So I blew up, illest flu bugs, shooby-doo up. So sick live, the crowds even threw up. I moonwalk through life cause everything is fucking backwards. Mind running wild, it needs muscle relaxing.
That's why I said, just the conclusion. Because whether you're looking at it from the scientific, physical perspective, or you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, you'll come to the same conclusion. It's the tree of life. There's a trunk. It all came from somewhere. I mean, you think about scientific perspective. If there was a Big Bang, everything was at a single point in space-time, and immense heat was generated, and then explosion. Everything that we knew came into existence, formed in a particular way to create a biological meat computer, which after a long period of time was able to program itself. Kind of like AI learning how to draw streets. And then it was us. And if you go with the science continually, eventually there'll be a heat death in the universe after the universe expands for so long, and then we'll start to constrict. And then end up in that singular point once again. And build up immense heat. And go again. And maybe in this different configuration, we end up somewhere else. Or the many times it has already happened. When I was a kid, I used to watch TV shows and stuff, and I like to think of that theory. And out of the billions and trillions of times that it could have already happened or is going to happen, this TV show that I'm watching is happening. Or has happened. Or will happen in this exact configuration. Will you do more future altcoin plays in the future? Bybit offers so much now. Maybe.
Up for weeks searching for a fix, something to numb the pain. My dresser is well equipped with some shit that don't work no more. I'm so self-absorbed, another capsule and I'll hit the floor. My main ones don't get it, so I hide it from the surface. Searching for a purpose, making another purchase. Gotta get a refill, need another dose. Don't know what normal is, but this shit ain't even close. Maybe I can coast with the
see you, Lewis. Probably gonna head out here as well soon.
I gotta roll with it, gotta get it done. Falling victim to a cycle that is hard to overcome.
There's a thought experiment which each Big Bang are a result of black holes, although it can't be proved or disproved. Seems like a lot of things are like that. Can't be proved or disproved. Whatever you believe, don't try to force. And that's the whole premise. Like I said, I would just like to give people an experience where they can come to a conclusion on their own. Like I said, I'm not trying to force any spiritual belief or anything like that. Just want people to find peace instead of chasing arbitrary things. What books do I read on Elliott Wave? I read a visual guide to Elliott Wave theory. Also read Elliott Wave Principle a little bit, but soon after that I went on to read A Case of Modification for R and Elliott's Impulse Wave Structure. And that one did a lot better at explaining things. It's a quite boring book. It's very boring. But a lot of good information is in that book.
And then you have to go, nope, you
Change it anytime you want. It's only a choice. No effort. Change it anytime you want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love.
And then you have to go, nope, you lose. You can't do it. You need help. And at that point, that's the beginning. And then, you know, once you do that, you're out and running.
Don't quite know what the correct wave fib levels are.
These white lines through the world, that's a power drug. Same way the government blew the towers up. Guess that's what I get for living in America. Well, we just trying to find a story for our character. Trying to fuck a French model on a terrace, but they don't let American werewolves in Paris, bruh. These people telling me I sound like the old yay. See, I don't even change the pace on a slow day. I'm 2 seconds away from going OJ. Mama said I need to call my ex disobey. Somebody gon' get that and lose their mind. The police need rap music to boost their crime. Pull you over for a light, violate your rights. But niggas don't ask shit, they just do their time. Who you gon' be when the world gets fried? Listen to your friend, it's the voice inside. If you lose me, where the hell you gon' go? Take somebody's life, who the hell gon' know? Who you gon' be when the world gets fried? Listen to your friend, it's the voice inside. If you lose me, where the hell you gon' go? Take somebody's life, who the hell gon' know? You choose, live or die. Politicians getting high on their own supply. We the truest, this the US, the land where American dreams go to die. I'm on some Draymond shit, no Tayshaun Prince killing beats every night. Graveyard shift, played the nice guy in the past and they tried to use me. Had to switch the game up and go buying the Ducci. Niggas sleeping on the kid, who's supplying the roofies, huh? Young Max ain't got time for goofy.
We've been streaming for about 2 hours and 41 minutes. Thinking about 5 minutes, I'll be heading off here shortly.
Just a whole bunch of zombies like Call of Duty. How you tune in when the world is friend, it's the voice inside. If you lose me, where the hell you gonna go? Take somebody's life, who the hell gonna know? You know where we've been, face down in the mud. Keep it real, we've always liked the taste of blood. So when you done being nice and things go south, keep in mind, always time to let the demons out. Let the demons out.
I do agree. Like mathematics, if there was a language of God, that's why they call it God's thumbprint. It's mathematics. Like the seed of life is the biological reproduction of a human. And you have the flower of life and the tree of life. Very interesting how it all correlates, but if I had an interpretation of what was going on, a lot of people like to blame quote unquote God for everything that happens. But I don't think it is like that. And I don't think I don't think God plays Legos with our lives. I think he sets up procedural generation code and hits the start button.
Figured out exactly what we supposed to be. Penelope, come back and check on me. I need you to rescue what's left of me. You want me and you know it's best for me. You know that I love it so separately. When we had a beautiful chemistry, we've been feeding off each other's energy. Yeah, I left on a quest for serenity. Girl, I wish I could have had you next to me. Yeah, always forward, never backwards. Worked so hard, but I felt like I'm doing backwards. For my circle, I'm really gonna work this magic. Till I got 90210 on my address. Till I can check myself and say that I really done did everything.
That is the simulation argument. Technically, yeah, but like it's not a simulation though. I see the corner that I'm backing myself into, but what podcast do I listen to? A little bit of Joe Rogan, Russell Brand, Lex Ferdinand. A couple other ones, but I can't really name them off the tip of my tongue. Hello, brother. Big fan from India. Thank you. I've listened to Your Mom's House a couple times, but I don't actively listen to it. When you're married, how will you set up your crypto alarm? They'll just have to deal with it. If I'm paying the bills by trading crypto, then that's that. You gotta get used to it. All right, guys. I'm going to head off here. Been a good day so far. It's my setup, so I'm sticking to. Obviously, the target's TBD, but we'll see as time goes on. Don't know when I'll be back on, but I should. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Start saying good night now. As we're doing that, I'll pick out the outro songs. Johnny Crypto, see you soon, dude. Quixie, thank you. You take care as well. Yusuf, you take care, man. Heretic, have a nice day, Kite. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. Prahesh, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, so I'm very sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But bye. Dallas, see you, Kite. See you as well. Like, what was it talking about? Song about taxes and shit the other day. That was by Akira the Dawn. So Akira the Dawn, and then it was on the Freedom to Chains album. And I think it was Inside Job was the song. Lawrence, peace, bro. See you, buddy. Thanks, Kite. Nice stream. Always learn from your channel. Thank you. I appreciate you. Big hub, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'll be right back. I'll miss this one. Have a great day. Sorry, man. Catch you next time, though. All right, guys. I'll see you later. You guys have great days or good nights. Don't know where you're from. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. My ending screen is going to be different just because I had to reset everything up. But I do appreciate you guys showing up today. I know it's quite early. And hopefully, market moves in our favor shortly. All right, guys. I'll check you next time, all right? Bye!
Ain't never so dope for no money. Ramen noodles was the hope for my tummy. Every day, at least we never went hungry. Used to ask why I was born in this country. Hello, white girls used to say I was ugly. Told them I'm finna blow like my no stuffy. See me and they wanna hit like Punch Buggy. Now when they see me, they swear that they love me. And my comments on they fence still like Chucky. But I swear that I will not let them touch me. My shorty wave arms like she hitting the Dougie. Fresh, I beat the box and it's lovely. Yes, for all the shorties that done me, I'm blessed. Or it was a topic, or let me reset. I was happy, but still getting no checks. Nigga.
We'll switch up the tone a little bit. Hopefully this will motivate me to do the same.
Akira.
He's got clout. He's got clout. He's got clout. You got to be oriented towards something, because otherwise you're disoriented. You just spin around in circles, and then you suffer, and so do people around you. It's not a good solution. Orient yourself towards something. You have to figure out what it is. What will work for you? What goal would justify the suffering of your life? Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it. Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it. But it's a personal process, so you need a personal place to stand, because otherwise you're going to be handed a place to stand on a plate. And it may be one that makes you a puppet of someone else's goals. processes? Well, I think what I've recommended to people is clean up your room. 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 Then you'll know what to do next. See if you can stop saying things you know to be lies. That's not the same as telling the truth. You don't get to do that to begin with because you're not good enough at it to even attempt it in some sense. But everyone can stop saying things they know to be falsehoods. Stop saying things that violate your conscience. Here's another idea. Stop saying and doing things that make you feel weak. All you have to do is pay attention to that. Some things you do will make you feel disintegrated. It's a physiological sensation. Some things improve your integrity and some things disintegrate you. The things that disintegrate you, you often do to impress other people. You're escaping what you know to be your moral obligation, and your moral obligation stems naturally from your aims. And if you don't have an aim, well then, you're aimless. Clean up your room. 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 Then you'll know what to do next. I had a girl come up to me last night. She said, I started cleaning up my room and it completely changed my life. She said, your room is an externalization of your mind. And that's right. That's exactly true. To the degree that you're in your room, the room is you. So straighten up what you can straighten up and quit saying things that make you feel weak. And then you'll know what to do next. Clean up your room. 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 Then you'll know what to do next. It's like, hey, man, you have a room. Most people throughout human history have not had a room. You have a room. Well, my room's a hellhole. It's like, well, then you're a denizen of hell inhabiting it. You should do something about that. Well, what? Well, put it in minimal order. Get your clothes together, because you have to wear those. People are looking at your clothes. What clothes should you be wearing? Not the clothes of a total wretched loser. How about that? What about your bed? Well, is it comfortable? Do you make it in the morning so it looks like half civilized? Can you sleep there? It's like, is there junk everywhere so you just hate your life when you walk into your room? It's like, clean the damn thing up. See if you can do it. Order your drawers. Learn to fold your clothes. Put it in minimal order. And then, man, you could get spectacular. You said, put a plant in there. It's like, maybe I could make it beautiful.
The title of these talks that I'm giving here is Mind Over Mind. And I'm going into all the various problems which have to do with the control of the mind. And so I might introduce what I'm going to say by saying it from different points of view. For example, if you're interested in communications, it will be the problem of feedback. Or if I may put it in theological terms, how does man follow the will of God if the will of man is perverse? The theologians say, you cannot do this without having divine grace, or the power to follow the will of God. How then do you get grace? Why is grace given to some and not to others? If I cannot follow the will of God by my own effort because my will is selfish, how will my will, which is selfish, be transformed into an unselfish will? If I cannot do it because I am already the selfish will, then grace must do it. Then grace must do it. If grace has not already done it, why not? Because I didn't accept it. But by definition, I had no power to accept it because my will was selfish. Must I then become a Calvinist and say that only those people who are predestined to receive grace will be able to live the good life? The good life. Then we come back to the inadmissible position that people who live evil lives do not get grace because they are not predestined to it out of the infinite wisdom of the Godhead. Then God himself must be held responsible for their evil deeds.